Glenn Grothman and I probably could not disagree on more things, but he is my friend.
Yes, good job.
Man, that was very tense. A Wisconsin protest that turned very ugly and very dangerous. Republican State Senator Glenn Grothman getting mobbed, trying to get into the Capitol just when things looked like they were going to get totally out of control. Along comes Democratic State Representative Brett Hulsey to come to the rescue. Both lawmakers joining me right now. Guys, I'm glad you're both okay. Senator, for you first, that was looking a little scary. Was it scary?
Well, I don't know if it was scary because I think most people are good at heart. Obviously, I think there's been a lot of inflammatory rhetoric used by some of the labor leadership around here. You have a lot of young people who get wound up, don't know what life's about, and they get carried away and become very rude, shouting in people's face, giving them the finger, that sort of thing. And it's the type of thing that we're going to have to put up here in Madison. I think the public is with us, and when the majority is with us, the opponents just have to scream louder and hope their incivility will cause Walker's backers to back down.
Well, Representative, a Democrat you are, but clearly a very good friend you are. I was just thinking if this had happened to Bill O'Reilly and they were mobbing him, would I come to his rescue? And I would have to tell you, Representative, no, I would not. No, I'm kidding. But you did, Representative, and I guess they were blocking your friend's entrance to get into the Capitol. You more or less told them, stop it. How did that go down?
Well, right now we have some of our freedom ralliers singing God Bless America. So we've tried to keep this a peaceful rally. There's been over 200,000 people in the building. But I saw Senator Grothman walking towards some of the ralliers and then heard the commotion. And you know, we wanted to make sure he can get safely into the building. The problem is Governor Scott Walker has shut this building down tighter than Alcatraz. It's hard to get in and out of this building. We have a court order that he's breaking right now. And we just want to open up the people's building to the people so we can continue to do the people's business. So.
Now he shut that down, I think, because of these incidents and how dangerous they were getting. But you might raise a good point. But, Senator, what do you think of that? I know you eventually got in, but the governor has clamped down security around the Capitol, and your colleague and buddy says that that's wrong. What do you say?
Oh, if you were here the last few days, particularly 2 weeks ago, this whole area was filled with people. They were jostling staff. They were jostling legislators. This is the first time I've heard them sing God Bless America, and I think that's because Fox is here. Normally what they do is they just bang their drums and shout and cheer.
But did anyone threaten you, Senator, when you were dealing with that? Did anyone threaten you? Did anyone say you go in there? What?
I think think of a couple times in which I was jostled in the Capitol. A couple Tuesday nights ago, I was jostled. They wouldn't let me get back on an elevator. I was jostled once trying to get to the hearing. Yes, they do jostle you here, particularly the first week. And since that time, they do get very in your face, as we saw the other night.
Well, Representative, what would have happened? I'm sorry, Senator, but what would have happened, Representative, do you think, had you not shown up when you did?
Well, I'm sure that, again, this has been a peaceful rally for rights and festival for freedom. These people and it's actually been great having real people, mothers, fathers, children, seniors in the Capitol instead of just lobbyists. And unfortunately, this Walker budget despair bill was written by lobbyists to help lobbyists. And it's been great having the people in. We just want to let the people in. The more Governor Walker tries to keep the people out of this process, the more frustrated they become. So let the people in. We have a court order that said the public should be let into this building. So.
All right, Representative. Well, I got you, Senator. I do want to hear you, but Representative, we're just hearing from Ohio that they went ahead and passed a bill that would ban public workers from collective bargaining. Essentially, what your governor is after, of striking, I apologize, restrict collective bargaining is more the point. But what do you make of that, Representative? You first, and Senator, your quick reaction. Representative?
Well, that takes away families' freedom and their ability to organize for safer and better working conditions. I'm a former union organizer, union vice president. At my company, we helped organize a union because 40 people were laid off with 1 hour's notice, given a banker's box, and shown the door. That's not right. We believe people should have the rights to bargain for better, safer conditions in their workplace.
Sam, we'll take this to a terminal if you don't mind. Go ahead, Senator.
This is not a radical bill. We continue to have civil service protections. You've got to remember, federal workers had their collective bargaining rights taken away by Jimmy Carter. And Barack Obama and the Democrats continue to have federal workers operate without collective bargaining rights for the last 2 years. So Governor Walker is not doing anything radical here, and they retain collective bargaining rights over their salaries up to the cost of living. But the state of Wisconsin is broke. We can no longer afford to have to go through the union every time we ask an employee to do something different.
All right, now see, you guys are getting kind of agitated
official
with each other here. So I'm wondering, representatives, you guys agree to disagree more and more, whether if it were to play out again and your friend were trying to get in the building and things are getting antsy, would you come to his rescue?
Absolutely. I respect my colleague, and, I'm sure he'd do the same for me if this was a Tea Party rally. So.
No, actually, he told me he wouldn't.
Tea Party people.
He would not do it.
No.
The Tea Party people do not behave this way, but I would always help Representative Hulsey.
Well, you're right, though, guys. Both sides get a little emotional. This was scary. At least it looked to me. I'm glad both of you said that it was scary, or it wasn't as scary as it looked. But I do want to ask you this, guys, to the bigger point of what's going on here and whether these 14 missing Democrats, I believe one of them returned to the state today. What do you make of that way to handle things? Just leave, just go. Don't even vote, but just leave the state to deny a quorum so you can vote. Senator?
I don't think anything like this has ever been done before in the state's history, and I think eventually their voters will take it out on them. We get paid a good $50,000 a year salary to show up to work. And at least the people in my district, I have never seen them more enthusiastic or concerned about anything when I go back over the weekends than that they cannot understand how 14 people get paid $50 grand a year to sit in Illinois.
What do you think of that, Representative? Should they be
are
punished? Should those people be punished?
No, in fact, today the Senate just took over their offices. They're trying to charge them $100 a day. These 14 senators are brave patriots who are standing up to tyranny. They wanted to jam this bill through in 3 days, and thanks to them, this bill's like a garbage barge. The more it sits in the sun, the worse it stinks, and they've given us the time and the assembly to show that. So,
all right, the way you both sound here, I don't think, Representative, you would help the senator if there was a recurrence of this, but you never know. And yes.